so right now, he's definitely standing a little bit cockeyed, but I am avoiding micromanaging his body and trying to put him in any particular position because I want him to feel out his range of motion. Plus, watching how he stands kind of gives me insight as to what's going on in his body. Can I do this shoulder? Oh.
Now that's really interesting too, because I know with his training history, he's been trained to be very specific with everything. So he has been micromanaged a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not a bad thing, depending on, what you're trying to accomplish, but just understanding that a horse that has had that background of training, they're going to need decompression time from it.
Yeah, no, definitely the micromanagement.
Loose horse.
He's wild. Run.
So I actually love broodmare collars, because it's a collar for horses.
Yeah.
Actually, that was one of the things I loved about Oliver's. The majority of the horses in Turnout.
Yes.
Oh, they just wore broodmare collar.
I would frankly rather see a horse who's difficult to catch. There you go. Turned out in a broodmare collar rather than a halter. Because a broodmare collar, it's a lot easier to avoid a lot of those delicate nerves in the face.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. We have this thin strap sitting in the soft meat right behind their ear.
Yeah, that can't be comfortable.
All the time.
Well, and I was actually worried about Fidelis's. I thought that he didn't enjoy his, or I don't know, it just seemed like it was causing issues with him. But that could just be, his anatomy and his particular makeup. I don't know. What was your take on his collar? Is it the right size? Is it in the right position?
I mean, I'm never super stoked about seeing a horse turned out with a halter on, so like I can't wait.
So it's better. It's better than the halter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say another reason he could be tight is he has to wear a grazing muzzle.
Yes.
So
that makes sense because he's been like work on my head.
yeah, and he just started having to wear it again too. Although he's gonna go out tonight without it.
Really? I was gonna say, because he can use the extra
It's
grass
the
calories
sugar.
right now. It's the sugar, right? Yes. Yes,
But we
that's
decided-
right.
We talked about it, since it's not fresh mode, we're gonna just let him go on it.
Okay.
I
We just
really
talked
like
about
turning horses out. I've been resting my turnout pasture up until about 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. So what I'm noticing it really interesting in this session is similar to the session I just did a couple hours ago. You're not worried about being like perfectly symmetrical on both sides. You're doing what each side needs, even if it's different.
Yeah.
Which is, because I was thinking about this during my last session. I was like, wow, I was taught do the exact same thing on both sides of the body. And then if an area needs more attention, make sure you give that same area on the other side attention as well, which has its benefits because it connects to the body and everything. But sometimes you can break that rule and you can do an asymmetrical session.
Now I am going to work on the shoulder. Come here and look at this.
Okay.
Look at the shoulder that I have released versus the shoulder that I have not released.
Do I need to get down low?
Yep. Look between his front legs.
Wow. There's no shoulder over here.
Nope, not yet. There isn't yet.
There's a shoulder on this side. Sure you don't want to turn him out with just one shoulder?
You'd make it through the night.
even when I do this, I am tuning into every little shift in his body. There we go.
This is micro adjustments.
Yep. Because again, that's not me adjusting him. If I come in and manhandle his body, those adjustments aren't going to hold.
Right, because he'll need you to do them forever.
Yeah.
Which is kind of how I've been taught. And even working with people, and I could sit there and I could explain to them, you need to do X, Y, Z in between your sessions to help this take root. They still wouldn't do it.
Yes.
But then with horses, if you can help them to do it, they're way better at taking instruction.
My horses will rehabilitate their own posture at liberty in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Finn has a ledge at the front of his stall. It's like his stall is set like, I don't know, 4 degrees uphill. And he'll put his front feet at the opening of the stall and he'll stretch his back legs out and stretch his own psoas.
So funny. I used to get, people coming in and they'd be asking about like weight loss and what can I do to get more gains at the gym, and I'd be like, okay, well, what's your current schedule? And they're like, oh, I'm going to the gym 6, sometimes 7 days a week, at least twice a day. And I'm like, okay, I want you to try this radical thing called a rest day. And my philosophy with working out is when in doubt, add a rest day. Obviously, if you're a couch potato, that's not what we need to do, but.
So, not plugging this in the video, so I'm putting the